Welcome everyone to Global PMO Solutions Learning Series. I'm your host, Dr. Wafa Karpukli. The objective of this series is to help educate and share knowledge in various business areas, namely in PMO, project, program, portfolio, change management, and much more. The PMO Learning Series is the first of an overall series that will start with the PMO as Episode 1, learning the definition of what is a PMO. The outline for the definition of the PMO is a little bit of PMO background, what is a PMO, typical PMO roles, and finally understanding the P in the PMO. PMO background, as we can see, percentage of firms having PMOs until 2012 done by the pulse of the profession with PMI, 87% of organizations have PMOs. PMOs started, if we can see, 2000 at the professional level, or mainly mainstream PMOs. However, PMOs have started way back in the days. PMOs started in the 80s, where they were found in aerospace, defense, and heavy construction, followed by they were mainly done in large setting with large budgets where projects cared, such as constructions, aerospace, multi-million-dollar projects, and long duration of a project. The benefits of the PMO, as we will see in other episodes in the PMO series, spread across the industries and became more of a common ground for improving delivery of projects in organizations. Hence, it expanded into other industries such as government, not-for-profit firms, and many other, as well as large or small organizations. So what is a PMO? A PMO, there are many definitions for the PMO. And before we explore each and every definition, there are reasons for these various definitions. Part of it is the evolution and the understanding of the industry of where PMO is heading. The other varies based on the size of the organization, the objective of this PMO, what is the P in the PMO stands for. So organization structure plays a role. Intended function of the PMO, the objective from the PMO plays a huge role in the definition, as well as the organizational context within which it's charted to do. PMO definition per PMBOK. And that's one of the definitions. An organizational body or entity assigned various responsibilities related to centralized and coordinated management of those projects under its domain. So we can see it's the centralization and coordination of projects that the PMO control or under its domain. Responsibilities of the PMO can range from providing specific project management support function to being completely responsible for directing project management. And that in itself speaks to the types of organizations, i.e. the structure, the culture, where some PMOs have a direct line into executing a project or multiple projects. In other organizations, the PMO more of a supportive role, does not get involved in managing projects. And we will see other definitions. Prince 2 defines PMO as a vital component in the delivery of change. So now we're not talking projects. We know projects execute on change. So delivering a change to the organization is carried through a PMO. Whether the change is public or customer service or the change within an organization. Last but not least, what is a PMO? PMO is a centralized unit. Again, we see similar to the PMI definition where it's about centralization or a department that is centralized in the organization that oversees and improves the management of projects. Again, you could see there are summarized definitions. There is no critique to one definition is better than the other, but you could see from these definitions some of the underlying theme where PMOs can be managing projects directly, indirectly, depending on the type of organization. Typical PMO roles. What are some of the typical roles? PMOs manage processes, manage methodologies. They train project management. They train project managers, program managers. They do project accounting, looking at how much project is spent, keeping projects' financials on track. Looking at project repository, keeping lesson learns and keeping other project artifacts, creating library so that project managers and project staff can learn from one another. And also project assessment and review, such as lesson learned. So what is a PMO? My definition of the PMO, I will hold off on my definition of the PMO till we get through the types of the PMO, or the P in the PMO. What's the P in the PMO stands for? So the P in the PMO could be a project base, a program base, a portfolio base. It could be a project management office, a program management office, and a portfolio management office. The reason I always say mind the P in the PMO and what it stands for, because it will determine the accountabilities, the set of expectations from the organization that the PMO exist in, and the roles of that particular PMO. So a project-based PMO, a program-based PMO, and a portfolio-based PMO, what makes them different? A project-based, the focus will be on delivering projects for the organization. So the attention will be to all project details pertaining to the triple constraint or the golden triangle, i.e. our project tracking to budget, within scope, timelines, what are the project milestones. In a program-based PMO, these PMOs will start focusing more on a program level, and obviously it includes the project, because a program definition is the collection of projects, dependent and interdependent. How these projects integrate, how are they sequenced, how the resources are managed across these projects, focus on the stakeholder change impact, how these projects roll up. So you could see that's a bit more of a complex role for the PMO. Last but not least, when it's a portfolio based, the focus is on outcome. The P in the PMO, when it's a portfolio based, it's a strategic PMO where it focuses on aligning or helping organization align strategy and execution via the portfolio, where benefits can be realized. It may encompass project and program delivery components as well. Now to my definition on the PMO. So we've seen where the PMO can run portfolio, can run programs, can run projects, and it does not matter what the PMO can run. PMO can come in different sizes, shapes, and form. So it's whether it's centralized or decentralized, it's a critical organization entity that, although it may differ in types and perform different function, it should be focused on adding value to an organization and its customer to achieve desired organizational performance. And if you need more, please, you could find this book handy, where you can get a lot of the definitions on PMO, understand the various PMO types, which we will cover in this series. That can be your companion guide to guide you through a step-by-step process of setting up, building PMO, and sustaining PMO. Thank you.